All right, let's dive into one of the most incredible stories you've probably never heard. We're talking about a top-secret Cold War experiment to create the ultimate superdog. And no, this isn't some comic book plot. This is the real-life origin story of the Czechoslovakian wolf dog.
So, I've got a question for you. What do you think happens when you cross a wild wolf with a loyal dog? I mean, what do you actually get? Something that looks cool but is impossible to handle? A really fluffy guard dog? Well, the actual answer, it's probably not what you're thinking.
You get a secret military experiment. Seriously. Back in the 1950s, the Czechoslovakian army decided they needed to build a better, tougher service dog. And their plan? Well, it was about as wild and ambitious as it gets.
So let's set the scene. We're behind the Iron Curtain, and the mission is crystal clear. Create a super dog. A dog that could outperform literally anything they had in their kennels at the time.
So, why go to all this trouble? Well, it really came down to one thing: necessity. You see, the Czechoslovakian border guard had to patrol these incredibly harsh mountain borders, and their go-to dogs, the German Shepherds, they just weren't cutting it. They couldn't handle the brutal weather, they didn't have the stamina. The army desperately needed an upgrade.
And this is where Colonel Karel Hartl comes in. He was the brains behind the whole operation. And his idea? It was pretty radical. He thought, why not go back to the source? He wanted to take the raw endurance and sheer toughness of a wild Carpathian wolf and combine it with the loyalty and trainability of a German Shepherd. Basically, get the best of both worlds.
And just like that, the experiment was on. It was time to find out if this crazy idea could actually work. This brings us to the moment everyone was waiting for: the birth of the very first wolf-dog hybrids.
Okay, mark this date down, May 26, 1958. This is the day history was made. A Carpathian she-wolf, her name was Brita, gave birth to the first litter. The father? A top-of-the-line German Shepherd named Caesar. The project was officially a go.
Now this first generation, wow, they looked the part. I mean, they were powerful, they had that intense wolf-like look, but there was a huge problem. On the inside, they were still basically pure wolf. Super shy, they didn't trust anyone, and for military work, forget it. They were completely untrainable.
But here's the thing: Colonel Hartl and his team, they didn't panic. They didn't see it as a failure at all. For them, it was just the next puzzle to solve. Okay, so they had the wolf's physique, its strength. Now they just had to figure out how to get the dog's mind in there without losing all those amazing wolf traits.
So how'd they crack it? Well, you can think of it like mixing paint. That first generation, the F1s, they were way too wolf. So the scientists started what's called back crossing. They bred those hybrids back with pure German Shepherds. And with every new generation, they diluted that wolf paint just a little bit more. Until, bam, by the third and fourth generations, they absolutely nailed it. They found that perfect balance.
And what they ended up with, it wasn't just a trainable dog that looked cool. Oh no. The result was a dog that had what you could only describe as actual superpowers. These hybrids had abilities that were just way beyond what any normal dog could do.
Just look at these endurance test results. This is absolutely insane. A German Shepherd could run about 50 kilometers, and it would need 10, maybe 12 hours to recover. But the new wolf dog, it could run double that distance, a full 100 kilometers, and be totally recovered in just 3 to 4 hours. Think about that. Double the distance, a fraction of the recovery time. Its regeneration was off the charts.
And it didn't stop there. On top of that insane stamina, it also had a wolf's built-in GPS, an incredible sense of direction for navigating tough terrain. And get this, superior night vision. It was basically the ultimate partner for a nighttime patrol.
Now, this whole amazing result didn't come from just one wolf. To make sure this new breed was going to be healthy and genetically strong, the project actually went on for more than 20 years, carefully bringing in new wolf bloodlines.
And these are the wolves that started it all. Over 25 years, 4 specific wolves became the genetic pillars for the entire breed. You have Brita, the OG mother wolf. Then came Argo, then Sharik, and finally Lede. Every single Czechoslovakian wolf dog on the planet today can trace its roots back to these 4.
So you can see how this whole thing was starting to change. What began as a top-secret military project was slowly becoming something else entirely. It wasn't just about making a better working dog anymore. It was about creating a brand new breed, a national legend. But that recognition didn't come easy or quickly.
The official scientific part ended way back in 1965, but the real work was just beginning. It took all the way until 1982 for it to even be recognized as a national breed in Czechoslovakia. And it wasn't until 1999, almost at the new millennium, that it got full official recognition from the big leagues, the International Canine Federation. That's a journey of over 40 years.
But in the end, Colonel Hart's original vision was brought to life, and it was perfect. He said the goal was to achieve the return of wolf-like resilience and health and to create an animal with the look of a wolf and the character of a dog. And honestly, that's exactly what he and his team accomplished. Mission complete. You know, the story of the Czechoslovakian wolf dog is such a great reminder that even the animals we think we know best can have these incredible secret histories, stories of science, ambition, and just a little bit of wildness. It really makes you wonder, right? What other secrets does the world of dogs hide?